Hey guys and girls, welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat on an incredibly beautiful Sunday afternoon. It is amazing how beautiful it is out here. It's amazing how beautiful it's been the last couple of days, as a matter of fact. Oh, by the way, before I get too far, how about my Sooners? How about my Sooners behind by 25 points, behind 31-10 at halftime, and coming back and winning that game? Baylor played about as good a first half of football as you can see. Oklahoma played about as good as football as you can see in the second half. So the first half, Baylor was incredible. The second half, Oklahoma was just a little bit more incredible. So, Boomer Sooner, congratulations to all my buddy. My buddy Joe Castiglione looked so good last night on television. He was so happy, I tell you. It just warms my heart when I see things like that happen. But I'm going to tell you, my daughter, you know, and her she's getting ready to get married to a cardiologist. And so she sent me a deal last night right at the end of the Oklahoma game, and it showed three heart monitors, and one was normal, you know, just going up and down and stuff. One was dead, which is a straight line, you know, and one was just going all in circles and crying, and it said an Oklahoma University fan watching the football game. And that's about what it was. You know, if you made it through the OU game last night, if you're a Sooner fan or a Baylor fan, and you're still alive this morning to talk about it, you got a good heart. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But tell you what, at the end of this video, we're going to be announcing 5 winners. I've got 5 winners from the T-shirt contest that we did, I think was, golly, I don't know exactly when that was, maybe last Sunday afternoon chat or last Wednesday or something. But we got our brand new T-shirts out. I think we still got those T-shirts at $13.95, and I'll pay the freight on them. I think we're getting ready to raise the price to $15, and I'll still pay the shipping and handling. But well, God, the shipping and handling is what's eating me up on that. But anyway, I've got 5 winners to announce at the end of this video. But it's been a great week. I mean, the weather in Oklahoma the last 2 or 3 days has been almost astonishing. It is so beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. And I had a buddy of mine come over here, Larry Rinkin, a friend of mine from over at Guntersville, Alabama, and he was over in Kansas hunting, killed him a really nice 10-point 150 score deer with his bow this week in Kansas. Came by and fished with me for a couple of days, and we actually went out Friday, and we caught 19. We caught 19, had a pretty nice day. 19 fish, that's pretty good, isn't it? 19. And we probably the biggest, maybe 5 pounds. And then we went out again Saturday morning and fished till about 11 o'clock, and we caught 7 more. So we ended up with 26 for, let's just call it a day and a half of fishing. 26 for a day and a half of fishing, and which I think is pretty good. The fishing is getting a little bit more difficult all the time here in Oklahoma. The water is down to 49 degrees. It's 49 degrees all over Oklahoma. Some places might be even colder. It's getting down all over the south. But we've got 3 more days coming just like this one. In fact, it's supposed to be 73 degrees Tuesday, and I'm thinking about running over to Lake Texoma. I've been thinking about that for several days. I got a lot of friends over there that's catching a lot of stripers over there right now. They're catching trolling crankbaits is how they're catching them. I'm not going to do that, but I do want to go over there and throw some crankbaits. I'm going to go up in kind of the upper part of the lake and try to throw some crankbaits at the bank. And I got a friend of mine, Steve Perkins, that actually just won a tournament over there. I saw it on Facebook and congratulated him this morning. He told me he caught him on a crankbait. I won't tell you what crankbait because he might want to be keeping that a secret. I don't know. He didn't say to keep it a secret, but he told me. He didn't tell me the color or anything, but he told me what crankbait it was. So anyway, and I think he won that tournament with 16 pounds and something. And I don't know if we can catch enough fish over there to get a television show or even enough to get a YouTube video, but it's just such a beautiful day. I'm going to load my Ranger out. I've got it here I've got it over there in the boat dock. I've got my Ranger over there in the boat dock right with my tracker. And I'm going to load that Ranger tournament boat out. And once I get that loaded out, well, I'm going to carry it down over there to Lake Texoma and fish. I haven't fished Texoma in really probably at least a year, maybe a year and a half. Well, last time I was over there fishing with my buddy Bill Carey and his son, and we were catching stripers. Did an incredibly great striper show like we always do in Texoma. If you want to go striper fishing, Lake Texoma is a place to do it. Great guides down there. You know, Bill Carey's company, Striper Express, they have got quite a few quite a few guides, and they're all great guides, and they really, really, really catch a lot of fish. So anyway, that's something that you might want to think about doing. And we might catch some stripers down there. I don't know. We might even fool around and try to catch some crappie out from under boat docks. I don't know if the crappie have got under the boat docks now or not. They may have. But if they have, we might be able to catch some. You know, I caught a lot of crappie right here off of our pier on the Eagle the other day. We caught, Sherry caught 36 one day, and I think Chris and I caught about 30 or 35 one day and 15 or 20 the next day. And those crappie have moved. They're not there anymore. They moved out to deeper water. They were up in really shallow water, but they moved out to deeper water. So anyway, another thing that we've been doing this week is shaking pecan trees. And we actually will be doing that again starting tomorrow. Our guys are off right now. Patsy is not working today, but he actually worked a little bit this morning. But we will probably shoot a video. Maybe I've got Pat coming down the next couple of days. We'll be videoing a lot of different stuff around we've got to do. And we will probably shoot some video on shaking those and show you what happens, how you shake pecans out of the tree and how you pick them up with a harvester. And, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is kind of interesting. It's very interesting to me to do it, and we'll kind of get that involved and do a little bit on that because you might enjoy it. Before I pull these winners out, like I told you, what we're going to do this next week for a couple of days. We've got a lot of video to shoot tomorrow. And then what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to get out and work on some deer stands. I've got grandkids coming in, great-grandkids coming in to deer hunt all of Thanksgiving week. And my kids and grandkids, I'm telling you, I got to have everything right for them. Got to have all the feeders ready, my Texas Hunter feeders. Got to have the Texas Hunter stands all ready. I got to have the ladder stands ready, everything. Check all the straps, make sure those kids will have a good, safe, successful hunt. And so that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon, and probably be doing that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday also. The weather's supposed to be great through Wednesday, and then it's supposed to really, really deteriorate. I think the highs are going to be in the 40s after that. But hey, it's the end of November. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. Now listen, before I draw these winners out, I mentioned on those t-shirts, we'll probably raise the price to $15. Just another $1 in there just to kind of help pay for some of the shipping and handling, because I can't believe it costs so much to ship a t-shirt. I guess it's to pay for all those ads that all those companies have on television. I don't know. But I guess it's amazing what it costs to ship stuff nowadays. It's crazy. Sometimes I get stuff in here and it costs more for them to ship it to me than it does for what I pay for the product. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? But before I call those names out, let me just talk to you about one thing real quick. This is kind of a serious deal. Let me just think about the word circumstances. Circumstances. All of us will encounter circumstances this week. All kinds of circumstances. Some of them will be really good. Some circumstances will be devastating. And here's the deal. What you want to do is learn how to control your circumstances and not let your circumstances control you. Circumstances might be a fender bender. Circumstances might be what's happening a lot all around the South right now is people crashing into deer. You know, I hit one with my Ram truck here a while back. It's brand new. I was bringing it home. Brand new truck, had like less than 500 or 600 miles on it, and I did $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 worth of damage hitting a deer. Pat Turner, who runs our production company, he hit one the other day going home from here and did $4,800 worth of damage on that. So it's just amazing. Make sure you've got good insurance, you know, that covers you when you hit a deer, because this is the time you do it. But that would be a bad circumstance. Worse for the deer, but it's a bad circumstance if you hit a deer. You might have a little fender bender. You might have a really bad wreck. You might find out some bad news health-wise. You might have a really serious illness or even a death in the family. You might be having a bad deal happen at work. You know, circumstances, all kinds of things that happen. Many circumstances are good, but a lot of them are bad. Some of the things we go through with family problems, job problems, money problems, all kinds of situations. At church, we have a lot of problems at church sometimes, which is kind of amazing to me, but I've been in a lot of situations at church where it's come down almost to a knockdown drag out in church. Can you imagine that? But anyway, circumstances, and here's the deal. Here's what you got to learn how to do, is you got to learn how to control your circumstances and do not let your circumstances control you. The devil tries to use circumstances to steal our joy, to steal our happiness, to steal our peace, to steal our relationship with each other, to steal our relationship with God. So here's the deal. You've got to control your circumstances. Don't let them control you. Now let me tell you, there's one very simple way to do that. When you have something happen, when that circumstance comes into your life, you control that circumstance by immediately getting in touch with the man that created you. Get in touch with God, hit your knees in prayer, and ask God to explain that circumstance to him. Now, he knows all about it already, obviously, but explain that circumstance to him. Tell him how you're feeling about it. Don't be complaining, just explain it to God. And here's the key. Here's the whole deal. You tell God, God, I know this is bad circumstances. I'm having a bad deal with this circumstance. It's this or it's that or whatever. I'm concerned about it, but I'm going to alleviate my concern. I'm going to take control of that circumstance by simply turning it over to you. I'm giving you this circumstance. It's not a good one, but I'm going to give it to you because I know that you are God and you can handle this circumstance. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to put faith in you that you will handle this circumstance to the best outcome, no matter what it is, no matter what it is. Now, let me tell you, your circumstance might not get cured overnight, but your control of the circumstance can get cured immediately when you do that. Immediately when you do that. Because you no longer own the circumstance. The circumstance no longer owns you. You have taken total control of it by giving that circumstance to God. And so here's the deal. Once you have something happen, a circumstance that happens in your life this week, and you'll have some, might have some before the sun sets tomorrow, I don't know. But when that happens, what you need to do is you need to turn that circumstance over to God. And once you turn it over to God, and mean it. Don't just be playing, with God. Tell him, this is yours. This is your situation right now. And, the devil can't fight God. The devil can fight you and me. But the devil cannot fight God. So don't let your circumstances control you. You take care of your circumstance. The secret, give them to God. Give those circumstances to God. Okay, guys and girls, we got a really great week we're looking at this next week. Going to go down and try to catch a few fish on Lake Texoma. That's on the Oklahoma-Texas border. Going to be doing some deal with the pecans. Take you through a little bit of the pecan harvest. Really, it's a matter of shaking them, knocking them out of the trees, picking up sticks, picking up pecans. That's kind of what it's all about. All right, let's go to these T-shirt winners. And we got 5 T-shirt winners from a video we did just a few days ago. And the first one of those T-shirt winners is Gary Lane. Gary Lane, if you're watching or any of you know Gary, tell him we want a T-shirt. David Smallwood, you want a T-shirt. Diddy Holloway, that's right, Diddy Holloway. It does my heart good when that computer picks out a girl. Oh, looky here, another girl. Beth Jarvis. So, Beth Jarvis and Chris Bowring. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm kind of thinking, Chris, that might be Bowring and not Boring. Boring. If you got a name like Chris Boring, you're probably the most excitable person in the whole world. But Chris Bowring. Okay, Gary Lane, David Smallwood, Diddy Holloway, Beth Jarvis, and Chris Bowring. You have won Jimmy Houston Outdoor T-shirts. If you'll get in touch with us here, just you can make a comment in here, and we'll tell you how to get in touch with us. Give us your T-shirt size and your address, and we'll get that T-shirt out in the mail to you. So it's going to be another great week, sports fans. Guys and girls, you have a great one out there today. You have a great one this coming week. We've got a great video coming out Wednesday, a great video coming out Friday, and we do have our weekly catch of the day in the morning, I think around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning Central Time. So get in there, and we've been having about 1,700 or 1,800 people look at that catch of the day. I think that should increase. Share that with all your friends that you really care about. You want to make their life better? Want to make them turn them into a better fisherman? Share that catch of the day with them. Guys and girls, hey, it's going to be a great week. It's been a great week. I hope you have a great one. I love you. Later.